where the past still plays out there.
I think I may have to kill my nephew. I've asked him 10 times when he's going to give us a real song. This is what this kid does. He's a brilliant musician, but he's a kid and he's got a life, and he's ignoring his uncle. Even though I bought him his first bass amp. I want to point that out. But
it's still growing on me. I kind of like it.
I'm singing along to it.
Yeah. I know, but it's still AI, and I mean, even though Jamie Marshall did a lot of work to get it where it needed to be, the idea of too much AI is, I know it's, and I know that what my nephew will do will be better. We love this. I hope it's better. If it's not better, then the world ends because AI beat my Berkeley music trained full scholarship nephew in music making.
If you caught any of the Big Beautiful Bash, which I'm on again Thursday night, by the way,
yeah, quite a bit.
The work that Jamie's doing with some of that AI is incredible, fantastic. Yeah. There's an ad for the cereal, Big Bash cereal,
Bash Balls or something.
Bash Balls, yeah, with Howard Cosell interviewing Reggie Jackson.
Wow, that's great.
And it really is all that in a bowl of cereal. So it's. The song I wasn't real fond of when we started, but it has gotten stuck in my head.
Yeah,
well, that's probably good.
Yep.
All right. So tonight, we don't have John Turnbull with us. We should have Mike Dobreski, Pesky Poe, with us at some point. What we do have, or who we do have, is an incredible human being, a wonderful soul. I think. Never met him personally. Might be a dick. But I don't think he is.
I've met him in person.
Marco Scola is with us.
This is why we're listed as explicit on Spotify, right?
Yes. Thanks. Well, no, actually, you know why we're listed as explicit is because Kirchian said fuck.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, remember?
By the way, we could swear, apparently.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys for having me follow Tim Kirchian.
I know.
Come on.
And I knew, and somebody in our hobby, somebody who must know Marco or at least follows Marco, as soon as I posted it, they said, "Tough job having." And I knew somebody was going to do that.
Man.
Apples and oranges.
I mean, honestly, God, probably the biggest get anyone's ever gotten in this hobby. I mean, I love Tim Kirchian. I know you guys too.
Yeah.
What a fantastic interview that was last week, guys. That was awesome.
He seemed to have a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
He clearly did. But I mean, look, let's compare the two. Okay, Kirchian is Tim Kirchian, but he hasn't played Strat in 10 years, right? And his Apid days are 50 million years ago.
It's because he still has nightmares about his brother throwing the white dye down the stairs.
Right. So instead, what we have is an active gamer. We have somebody who's currently playing, hasn't streamed in about 9 years, but I don't think it's been a while, right? Since you've put anything out, Marco? I know your walks. I know you do that, but
it's oh my god, it's been about 2 years since I actually put a new actual full video out. So yeah.
How
come? Well, to give you the abbreviated version, I had a kidney transplant immediately followed by adopting our daughter, who turned 10 months old 2 days ago. So to say life has been busy has been a bit of an understatement, but
congratulations on both, by the way.
Thank you very much. I mean, both obviously life-changing, amazing things, but I was thinking about it today. My daughter turns 1 in a couple of months, and I'm like, the last 10 months feel like 10 days. I mean, the speed at which things are going is, even I did a walk video a couple days ago, and just for the hell of it, I scrolled back on YouTube. I'm like, I feel like I did one of these 2-3 weeks ago. No, it was 6 months ago. It's just time's just zooming. It won't stop. It is relentless.
She's sleeping through the night yet or no?
Oh yeah, she started sleeping through the night 4 months in. We are extremely lucky.
Wow.
We are extremely lucky. She is the happiest, most wonderful little girl you'll ever meet. I don't know how we got so lucky. She sleeps through the night. She's got a great attitude. She smiles all the time. She laughs constantly. I can count on one hand the number of ornery, fussy days she's had in her whole life. I mean, she's been phenomenal.
That's
Awesome.
amazing.
Very nice. Very nice.
So I know, you're very prominent in the community. A lot of people know you, but not everyone does. And, I think for the purposes of the show, we should introduce you to our audience. And, kind of the first question we usually ask is, how old were you and how did you originally find yourself into the hobby?
So I formally into the hobby right around 2018, 2019. And then during the pandemic, it exploded. I feel like that's a very common story, but I could trace back my sports board gaming, all the way back to MLB Showdown. They used to sell those at Wizards of the Coast or what have you. And I remember begging my mom to take me to the mall so I can buy every season or what have you. So it kind of started there. And then, I mean, actually, it started before that, where even in grade school, I used to make up little schedules on a spiral notebook and just literally get out a coin, and heads, the home team won, tails, the away team won. Yeah, no, like,
Wow.
and like
that's the least amount of thought I've ever heard put into a sim game.
yeah, I mean, I should
you didn't even
probably
bother with like
package
a
it and sell
die. You
it.
didn't,
Who
you
knows?
didn't even. It's like, I'm gonna use a coin, just flip it.
Literally. And I used to come up with team names, like for whatever, the Chicago Wildcats, because I liked Northwestern and the color purple, so they were the Chicago. Literally, I used to make. I had detailed records, and that's going back. I'm fourth grade, fifth grade, something like that. And then like every person my age, I'm in my mid to late. Hard to say late now, but it is.
I don't want to cut you off, but
30s.
but my mind is kind of racing. You know what you could have done? You could have actually like at least made it so like if you're the bad team, you had to win 2 out of 3. You could have found some way.
Oh, I did that. Oh, I absolutely.
You did.
Oh, I gave re-rolls or reflips.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
good.
and
That's all I need to know.
I took it a step further, and what I did was for baseball. Instead of going game by game, I would go inning by inning. So if you hit heads, that's a run, and if you roll again, you flip a head again, it's another run.
Okay, so there was some thought put into it.
A little bit, yeah. But I mean, you know,
that's all.
all
I ask is a little bit. So I cut you off. Continue with what you were talking about.
No. I mean, no. It started there. And then like every kid that grew up during my era, I went into video games and played Madden and MLB The Show and all that. And then there were two things that really started the explosion, if you will. The first one, I remember it as clear as day. It was like Christmas-ish 2017, and the Cubs had gotten to this point. The real life Cubs had gotten to this point where the franchise could either go one way and try and reload again to win the World Series, or kind of what they ended up doing, which was stay the course and eventually rebuild and all that. And I was desperately trying to find a game that let me make those decisions. And that's how I stumbled upon Out of the Park Baseball. So it started there, and I bet if I looked it up, without exaggeration, I probably have 10 to 12,000 hours into that game, without exaggeration.
Wow.
I mean, I played it practically 24/7.
And I'm assuming that, well, you tell me, but maybe it's because of your video gaming. You saw OOTP on Steam or something? Like, how did you even know
Google.
that OOTP?
I literally Googled because I was frustrated with MLB The Show and Madden for that matter. The GM mode was too, not that it was too simplistic, but like the trade logic didn't make sense. Players didn't develop quite how I felt they should develop. You would get, we've all been there if we played video games. You play a season with Tom Brady as an example, and Tom Brady would have a 6,000 yard passing season. And it's like, what is that?
Right.
And then the next season he would have 1,500 yards and retire. There seemed to be no logic there. So I was desperately trying to find a game that did that did and that's how I stumbled upon OOTP. And that bled into, I've always been a sports history, I wouldn't say buff, but just I love researching and reading sports history. And I'm like, well, what if there was a game that let me play old seasons? And that is how I found Stratomatic. Of course, I started with the 2016 Cubs, and I immediately I probably played 2 weeks of that replay until I was like, oh, I gotta do a fantasy draft. I can't. I didn't want to do a replay. I didn't even know what that meant, by the way.
Was this board game or PC?
It was a board game, card and dice. Now that I think about it, so I got married in September of 19. Right around Thanksgiving of 19 is when I buy Strat, and then March of 20, everything, the whole world shuts down.
Right.
And that's when it started. I started with Strat. I did that fantasy draft that I talked about. I drafted real players into fictional teams. I played 4 seasons, like all the way through. I think they were 40 or 50 game seasons, rolling every single game,
Wow.
keeping stats on an Excel sheet. And then like anything else, like I just wanted more. I'm like, oh, can we do this with football? Can we do this with basketball? Can we do this with hockey? And then one of the games we're going to play tonight, that's how I found second season with Play and brought me into that whole world.
That was the first Play game you had with second season?
No, actually it was the golf game. It was History Maker Golf. I started with app, and I remember, Ron, when I was on with you a couple years ago with you and Dave, App of Golf was the first big game that I'm like, oh, this is outside of my comfort zone. And at the time I was going through health issues, notwithstanding the other health issues that would come later. And that game really got me through a bunch of tough times because all I wanted to do was play golf, real golf, and I physically couldn't. So I played App of Golf.
And you have to think your way around the course like you would if you were really playing golf too, which I'm sure it helped you a great deal because you had to use the mind stuff. You weren't swinging the club, but you did have to use the same logic and stuff.
Yep, that's exactly right. And then once I was physically able to get back out there, I'm like, okay, now can I play a tournament? Is there a game that lets me play historical play? You bet there is, and it's History Maker Golf. And one thing led to another that led to Red, White, and Blue Racing, which led to second season, to Highlight Maker Hoops. I finally, last month, 2 months ago, completed the collection and got the bowling game. And then Keith pulls a fast one and puts out the horse racing game. So the collection's not complete again. So.
Crazy sort of coincidence. Marco and I actually have a really strong connection to each other. When I first started comedy, I started comedy in Chicago, and I became really, really close friends with another comedian, a guy named Harry Teinowitz, who went into radio, sports radio in Chicago, and was really well known. I mean, he was a big deal. It became a big deal in Chicago. And when I first got introduced to Marco, we were on the phone talking, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, he worked for Harry Teinowitz on his, they were an ESPN affiliate, I think, right?
ESPN 1000, Chicago. Yeah.
That's insane. Do you understand that's crazy.
It's a small world.
Oh, it sure is. It sure is. Yeah. I mean, for those who don't know my background, so I'm a blood-sucking, boring lawyer, banking person now. But when I went to school for sports broadcasting, and I wanted to do, my dream was to be Boo Shambi, to be the play-by-play voice of the Cubs. That was my dream. And when I was in college, I landed an internship with ESPN 1000. And the show that I got assigned to do was the Afternoon Saloon with Carmen DeFalco, John Yurkovich, and Harry Teinowitz.
Yeah.
And Harry was a hilarious, I could tell a bunch of stories. He's no longer with us.
No,
sadly. He passed away 2 years ago, I think, a year and a half ago.
I think it's a little longer than that, no?
Something like that. Yeah. I mean, just
he had issues. He had a big drinking problem, which he had when I knew him in the early 90s and mid 90s. He was bad. Like, we would go to Wrigley Field, we go to games, And I mean, look, I like to drink. I'm not knocking it, but Harry was on a whole different level. Like he just was like, and he would get kind of out of control.
Yeah.
But he also came from a very wealthy family.
Yeah.
And so for a lot of us as starving comedians, Harry was the guy, you didn't have to go to Harry and say, hey man, can you lend me $50? He just knew, like I was busted, and he would go and take me out. I remember actually watching, in fact, I should make this a sports memory. I remember the sports blast that I do, because I remember he took me out for Chicken Vesuvio, which is a classic sort of Chicago, dish, right? And we went to this bar, this famous bar, and we saw the Giants play the Saints on Monday Night Football. And I can't remember. I have to dig around to figure out what year it was. But Harry was a great guy.
He was awesome. I remember, the first time I met him. So it's like my first day interning, and I show up in basically a suit and tie. I don't know any better. And they're all,
for the sports radio intern.
As a sports radio intern, I was an idiot. Okay. I didn't. Yeah. I'll tell you another story. The one I used to also write for Bear Report magazine, which was the Chicago Bears. It's like a fan magazine, more or less. And I actually got to cover training camp a couple times. And the very first time I show up to Bears training camp, I'm wearing a Bears hat and a polo, and I'm supposed to be a media guy.
Right. Oh wow,
I'm 19 years old. I don't know anything, and I literally show up. My editor goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "You're supposed to go interview these players. You don't work for the Bears, you dummy. What are you doing?" I literally made me take my shirt and hat off. I didn't know. You
can't show bias. No.
Can't show bias. So I show up, suit and tie, and Harry Tynowitz is sitting there, and I've been listening to this guy on the radio forever. I grew up with him and ESPN and 670 The Score and blah, blah, blah. And he says, Marco Scola. Good Jewish name, huh? Yeah. And
that's Harry.
I laugh, and then he goes, "So where are you from, Marco?" I said, "Well, I grew up in Homer Glen, but now I live in Barrington. I lived in Florida for a while." He goes, "Barrington? Never heard of it. Could you tell me some of the towns close by?" And I'm like, Vernon Hills, Inverness. But he goes, "No, not ringing a bell. How about something further away?" This went on, again, I'm dumb. This went on for 2 or 3 minutes, and then he looks at me and goes, "I know where the fuck Barrington is. Come on, dude." Yeah. I'm like, he would mess with you like that. He was always busting your chops. And my actual, I don't know if I told you this, Mark, but my actual responsibilities as the intern, it wasn't just getting coffee, which I did. Every day, Harry used to do the sports almanac. It was a bit that he did where whatever the date was, he would read off some of the biggest sports events and news events that happened over the years.
Right.
Well, whoever his intern was, which I had the fortune of being, I'm the guy who had to gather everything every day. Cool. So that was fun. It was very fun.
I just hit a button and that happened. What did I do? I guess it doesn't matter. So you guys have questions? I got to go. Oops. Where we go? This is not. There we go. I know what I did. I got to go turn a light behind me on. I realized I forgot to do it. So you guys talk real quick.
What's Chicken Vesuvio? That sounds good.
To be honest with you, I don't know exactly what it is other than it's chicken and I think some kind of pasta. Okay. Go ahead, Mike.
I don't know what it is either. I probably should know, being Italian and a name like Canestraro.
I was gonna say a couple of paisans and we don't remember what it is. I know, like Chicago. I wouldn't say. I mean, chicken Vesuvio. Yeah, I guess it's a classic Chicago dish. But I think of like everyone thinks Chicago style pizza is deep dish, which it is, but it's really not. The people that live here, we call it tavern pizza, which is not the deep dish style. It's more of like pepperoni on top, extra cheese, extra dough kind of deal. Like that's the real Chicago pizza. Yeah. And then the golden rule is if you have a hot dog, you're not supposed to put ketchup on it, which I break that rule.
I would too. I'm ketchup.
I don't understand that one.
Are we talking Chicago pizza?
Well,
now that I have the light up, the show is going to improve dramatically.
No, actually, I asked what chicken Vesuvio was.
Oh yeah, it's peas and I guess you told him, so we don't.
No,
No, I
we-
didn't. I didn't.
Neither
know.
one of us Italians.
Oh, you don't
knew
know
what it
either?
was.
No.
Marco, a chicken Vesuvio is like I mean, there's a million variations of it. It's considered a Chicago thing, but it's like basically roasted chicken with there's usually like lemon and peas, which kind of sort of makes its own gravy.
right.
Pearl onions a lot of times is in there. Olive oil, a lot of olive oil. It's a really like kind of delicious, kind of hearty. I think originally it's Greek because there's Greektown
Yeah.
in Chicago, which is huge. I think that's where it comes from.
Unfortunately,
But you can go online. I mean, there's a lot of variations of it. I make it for me and Maria sometimes. Pizza.
Nice.
I worked at Pizzeria Uno, was like the famous deep dish place, or one of the famous deep dish places in Chicago. I worked at Pizzeria Due,
Oh yeah.
which was there. That was like my first job in Chicago, and then I worked at another pizza place in Chicago that had the different Chicago pizza, which is more of the thin crust.
That's what I was talking about.
Which
Tavern
some people
style.
prefer that.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
in fact, some people think that's really more Chicago
Yep.
than the deep dish.
I would agree.
Fascinating. So getting
Yes.
back to the hobby. All right. So just to recap, you got into the hobby in around 2017 or so.
Ish. Yeah.
You found your way to Play Games, but then you really went off the Play Games deep end, didn't you? I mean, you're like the poster. Well, you and Michael really are like, just like you're all in with Play Games. Tell us what you love so much about those games. And let's also make sure for people who don't know what makes those games so different.
Yeah, so I every time I do a video about Play Games, I say that I'm Play's biggest fanboy, and I think it's so true because when I came from Strat, where everything is numbers and digits and columns, and then even when I Appa Golf and even Appa Hockey, like it's the same thing, right? And it's interesting because we're going to play second season tonight, which you definitely see the Appa influence there. Because
I'm excited.
Second season, I would say, is the least Play game. What I mean by that is,
and it's his first game, right, Ron?
It's his first. Yeah, it's his first game.
Yes, it's his first game. So
he was still fine. I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No.
I think it's important. And so Keith Avalon, who we had on the show, he was probably still at that point finding his voice as a game designer. So second season would live more in the Appa universe, maybe. And then as he figured it all out, his games became more and more sort of his own.
100%. I would say so. That notwithstanding, what really drew me to the Play Game universe, and I really do think it is a universe, is it is the first, to my knowledge at least, I'm sure there's millions of them out there, but it is the first games that tell a story. That when you play the game, you are not really seeing numbers. Like if you play hockey, for example, you're not checking a player's shooting ratings. You're seeing how many stars he has. And you're not checking whether or not his speed is a certain level. You're checking what's his quality, or does he have the speed quality? So instead of having, again, numbers, digits, dots, blah, 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 everything is a word. Everything is a description. Everything is a, which team, like, for example, when you play soccer, it'll say, you'll have a role where it calls for a build-up. And all that means is you've got your lineups out here of on each side. Which lineup has the most speed qualities? And you literally count. Well, that guy does. They have 3. That guy, they have 4. So that team wins the build-up. So you can then it allows you to paint a picture in your mind of, okay, so you can literally imagine the team is coming out of their own end. They're building speed. They've got the ball. This guy goes here. This guy goes here. And then the next role you're going to do is an attack. So you're building this idea in your head. And I think the game that does it the best is History Maker Baseball.
Absolutely.
Because I know, Mike, that is your bread and butter. So you can love on it way more than I love that game. But you are, I see how much you love that game. And it really is like, you're not just getting ground out to short, although there are results that just say ground out to short, but you're getting smoked it down the third baseline, shortstop dives for the ball, tosses it to first, he's gone. You know, you're getting umpires in the game. You're getting
Right.
batting result, your ballpark results. Like and I know most games do that, but the way that Play does it with building that story, that theater of the mind, and that's also why I still play a lot of fictional, but that's also why I think fictional works so well in Play games as well as real seasons, because again, this whole universe is built for you. It's built in your head. You know, there are people who are not NASCAR fans, have never watched a NASCAR race in their life, but love red, white, and blue racing.
Like
And
it. I don't know if I ever fell in love with it, but I play it and I do like it. And I have never watched a NASCAR race ever in my entire life.
But I'll turn it back on you. Why do you love it? I would imagine it's probably because these cars, these characters, they come to life.
Yeah, well, I think partly because even though I'm not a NASCAR guy, I've always liked Indy, and now I've fallen in love with Formula One. So I like auto racing in general, and I think the Play approach to an auto racing game is so unique. You know, there's a game that I've played for years. Well, there's a couple of them. There's Speed Circuit, which is an Avalon Hill game, which is still considered one of the greatest, maybe the best racing game of all time, where it's a Formula One game. And there's a lot of strategy, and there are like international tournaments still. And then they came out with a USAC game, indie game, back in the late 70s, early 80s, which is pretty much a chase around the track game.
Yeah.
But I like that. I like seeing, the cars pass the other cars, which is done differently in red, white, and blue racing, but it's still there. That exuberance is still there. And lap leadership and all the mechanical problems and all that stuff that comes with it. So that's why.
Yeah, and you could pick any game out of their lineup. I mean, even the bowling game, right? And you can literally see in your mind how a game is played out. And I honestly, even 10-1 blowouts in baseball games, like you can find the critical moments where the game went south, and you could picture it happen, and it's almost like someone's narrating it for you.
Shecky Scott 9414 says most sports sims are overt math exercises. Play tucks the numbers inside the narrative, like my wife hiding kale and vegetarian lasagna.
That's good.
Shecky Scott. I was thinking the other day, I started playing Baldur's Gate. Do you guys know that video game or computer game?
Vaguely,
it's heavily based on Dungeons and Dragons. In fact, it's probably licensed from. It's a lot of it's the same stuff, and it's not hit the X button, hit the Y button. It's more about getting your fighter and your wizards and your elves into position and casting spells and having to roll a die 20 to see if you made a hit or not. So it's basically D&D. But it's not D&D because I don't get to have any imagination. When you play Dungeons and Dragons, the dungeon master is making this shit up out of their head. There might be you can buy modules and then enhance them with that, the story that's being told in the module. And then you as the player, it's all in your head. So when you talk about theater of the mind, that's the thing I wish more people understood, especially younger people. And you've now begun to understand that. You're young. You're not that young, but you're young. But really, but kids like, 15 to 20, 25 who are imaginative kids, put the video game down, man, because it's giving you everything. You're not doing anything. There's nothing going on in your head at all. It's literally how fast can you hit the button.
I forget.
And if you show and if you got Ohtani at bat and you hit the X fast enough, it's gone. Great. It's so much better when you have to roll it, when you have to feel it, when you have to create the rivalries in your mind, and with the documentary and the channel and all of us, we want to reach out to that group and just show them how wonderful, and maybe it's a play game for you, maybe it's Apple for you, maybe it's Strat, maybe it's PC or replay baseball, whatever it is. It's just night and day, and you remind me of that when you talk about Play Games.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head. I forget who I talked about this with. I know I've talked about it on a channel or something before, but I still occasionally will play like college football or Madden on the PlayStation.
Sure.
But a huge reason why I switched to board games is it's exactly what you're talking about. It's it's more about dexterity and I didn't click it fast enough, or I didn't see that receiver pop open quick enough, and the older versions of Madden, I think like Madden 04 or 5, somebody on one of the Facebook groups.
Did you just call that the older versions of Madden?
Well, I
you
mean,
are so freaking young.
You're 20
no,
Madden,
old, yeah.
Mark, you're 22
For
years
me, the
old.
older version, I think, is Madden 89 or 90 or something. Right?
Okay, but what I'm saying is
back
like
that
Madden. I brought up Madden 04 for a specific example because someone in one of our groups does replays.
Oh, is that Legend Sports Universe?
Yes.
He's
Okay.
fantastic, isn't he?
Yes,
absolutely
he's
fantastic.
awesome. But here's the thing. I believe that was only one of 2 or 3 Maddens that let you play with classic teams. They completely got rid of the feature. You can't play with the 70 Steelers or the 85 Bears or whatever. You have to play with the current version, and that's it. It's closed world. You're done. Yes, I suppose you can go buy a Madden 89, and I don't know what console you would play it on. I don't know, but it probably doesn't exist anymore.
Actually, no, you can. My wife plays. She's into retro games, so she plays on Nintendo. She plays on Super Nintendo. Yeah, you can still find them. You can pick up I had Madden on Sega Genesis in like 91, 92, I think is when I first had it, 93 maybe. And you can go out and buy a Sega Genesis now for $50 maybe or something.
Yeah, you can plug them into your HDMI now. I mean, they're all
right.
What I'm saying is though, like, okay, so then I still think you would only be able to play the 92 season, the 93 season, or the 89 season, right? It's whatever's contained in that game.
Sure.
So that is also what drew me to this hobby, which is funny to say now that I play mostly fictional, but it's what drew me into the hobby because I want to know if the 85 Bears could beat the 07 Patriots. Would the 07 Patriots drop 50 points on them like they did everyone else except the Giants in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right about the video games. It's to summarize why I love Play Games so much and really why I love this hobby so much, and to put a pin on what you said there is the tabletop
button
allows us to create
put a button on
it. There you go. Yeah, pin on it means we're coming back to it. You're right. Put a button on it. The tabletop allows us to make the universe how we want it. Period. You wanna run a tournament with teams across all eras, floor is yours.
Sure.
You want to replay a season, floor is yours. You want to do a fantasy baseball draft, floor is yours. You want to do totally fictional made up teams like Johnny Fortune of the Milwaukee Barrelmen, and who might be the greatest baseball player to ever live, and
Ooh,
no one's
hate that guy.
See, there you go. Look what just happened, Mike. Right, in my universe, Johnny Fortune is Ted Williams. In Mike's universe, he is Satan. So it's whatever.
That's funny.
Yeah, same with Fernando De La Rosa.
Exactly. It's on your tabletop. It's whatever you want it to be.
You mentioned earlier that
is
because
this
of your
Marvel versus DC conversation here.
It could be.
Right.
I'm
you
a
said
Flippy Khalil guy personally.
you said earlier that because of physical limitations and issues that you've dealt with, you can't or you couldn't play golf. So have you made a golfer card for yourself at least?
No, I actually never have gone through the exercise of doing that. I've never.
Right.
Oh, that's cool.
Ron did it in what game was it?
Action PC.
Right.
Oh,
right,
wow.
right.
Awesome. I'm more of the commissioner, right? That's how I picture myself when I'm at the tabletop. I don't ever envision myself in any game, but I like I'll even do fictional write-ups. No one's ever going to read them but me, but I'll literally do like season recaps or whatever and save them in a Word doc or what have you. I'm the commissioner. I set the leagues up. I set playoffs, how I envision the season to go and the playoffs, and then the league plays out how it plays out. That's always how I've approached it. I never tip the scales. Maybe I'll tip the scales every once in a while if one of my favorite team is in the running or whatever. But no, I like making the universe and watch it go.
So, we've got a couple of topics that we want to cover. And I've got one more question for you on a personal level. Before I do, though, Ron or Michael, do you have a specific question for Marco? No?
No,
Um,
all set.
So what I wanted, and this, again, you decide how much of this you really want to get into.
Sure.
How has your love of the hobby and your exposure to the hobby helped you cope with the physical issues you've dealt with? And do you want to share those physical issues with us so that we have a better understanding of how that helped you?
Oh yeah, I love sharing my story. I just
Well, this
it's
is the
not in
place.
any way to brag about myself or anything like that.
Sure.
But I've always taken the approach of, if I can bring joy and happiness and hope to one person, I've done my job.
Right.
I was born with a lot of limitations, and I had a kidney transplant when I was 5 years old. I was born without a right foot. Quite literally, the first thing that the doctor said to my parents, I'm 30 seconds old, and the doctor says, "Say goodbye to your son. He's not going to make it through the night." And I turned 36 this year, so call it God's work, call it a miracle, whatever. But I'm here, and so I found this hobby at a relatively 2017, I would say, was a really good time in my life at that point. I had just met my wife and we were dating and everything was la-ti-da and roses and this and that. And I had always had complications with my leg, breakdowns, things like that. So the summer that I found Appa Golf, I couldn't walk, literally couldn't walk. And so it got me through that. And that was a preparation for what came later. As a setup.
We say that it got me through that. Can you be a little bit more specific on how, like what it was about it and how it helped you sort of transfer your thoughts from, this negative place potentially to a much more positive place?
In that specific example, it's what Ron said a little bit ago. It's I'm a avid golfer, not as much anymore, but at the time I was a very, very avid golfer. I would play 2 to 3 times a weekend, and I couldn't golf. So Appa Golf was my golf. I would get up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, get out the game, and I'm playing Augusta today.
Yeah.
And like Ron said, the way that game plays, you have to think through your shot, and there's wind conditions. And, if you hit the ball in a sand trap, you have to think through how you're going to get out of the sand trap. Should I lay up? Should I this? Should I that? So that game specifically helped me through that period of time because it allowed me to do something that I physically was not able to do.
Sure.
And then
so psychologically, what would have happened there, I think, is, you get up when you would have gotten up to actually play.
That's right.
Can't do it. So you can transfer that into the cards and dice experience.
Yeah.
And instead of, sort of sitting around and, oh, gee, I can't play. And, oh boy, you can at least, you find an outlet, which
That's
is
exactly
a very
right.
emotionally healthy way to handle it.
No, that's exactly right. And then I'll fast forward, not to get all sad and sappy because there's a happy ending to this story, but a couple years go by, now I'm fully in the hobby. I'm making videos by this point, and In the spring of 2023, I find out I'm in kidney failure. Now, I had mentioned I had a transplant at 5
Right.
years old. It was my dad's kidney, and I always knew it was going to fail. That's just the nature of how these things go.
Right.
I did not think it was going to fail at 32 years old in the prime of my life, so to speak. But I go into failure. Shortly thereafter, I'm on dialysis, and I'm doing in-home dialysis, which I had to plug in. It first started with 10 hours a day. So you plug in,
Wow.
and you're literally, the cord is 6 feet. So if I'm here, the machine is right there, and that's as far as I can go. And so it literally chained me to a desk. And what do you think I did? I played games the entire time. And I was able to escape into this universe of my making. I was able to, and that's how I got through dialysis. And not to, indulge or make it sound worse. I'm just telling the truth. But like when it got bad, and at points it got bad, that 10 hours a day at the height was 14 hours a day.
Oh my gosh.
And then I got peritonitis, which, listen, I've had 17 surgeries throughout my life. I blew my back out when, this is a totally separate story. I blew my back out, and it was the worst pain I ever felt in my life. Peritonitis was that times 10.
What is it?
So it's basically dialysis fills your peritoneal diaphragm. I don't know what the medical term for it, but it's basically filling your belly with fluid, cleaning your blood, and then extracting the fluid.
Mhm.
What peritonitis is, that fluid gets infected. So imagine your entire belly just being on fire. I remember, calling, I'm literally writhing on the floor, screaming. And my wife's like, we got to go to the hospital. So we go. They are pumping me with all sorts of painkillers and intravenous morphine. Nothing was dulling the pain. Literally nothing. Finally, they got it to calm down. I was in the hospital for 2.5 weeks, something like that. And again, like I came home. That was probably the lowest point I was in my life, because I come home, and for the next two, so they switched me to, instead of doing it from home now, I got to go in 3 days a week and do it at a facility, dialysis.
Mhm.
I would finish my treatments. I would have migraines beyond belief. I would come home vomiting everywhere and literally have to take half the day off of work. And that's how life was for, at that point, it was 2-3 months. And then, I'm gonna choke up, but one
It's all
day
right.
I'm at, I've not that I had no interest in games, but like I literally like couldn't play at times. I literally just didn't. I wanted to do nothing but lay down or whatever. So one day I'm at dialysis, and you would show up at like 4:00 in the morning. You would get treatment for 4 hours, and then I would have to literally go. I work from home, thank God, but I would have to go to work after this, and I didn't really work, if we're being honest. But don't let my company hear that as it broadcasts on YouTube.
You're working harder, hardly worth it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sitting there one day, and it was a Monday, and it was a particularly okay day. Like I remember it being okay, meaning like I wasn't getting nauseous or sick or anything.
Yeah.
I feel my phone vibrating in my pocket as I'm finishing treatment, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what that is. Whatever. So finally, it rings a few more times. If this was in 2024, it's an election year. We all got garbage spam calls, so I never answered unknown numbers. Right. There was a voice that starts ringing in my head that says, "Pick it up, pick it up." And in the back of my head, I to this day I can't really describe to you the voice per se, but it was a voice, and it kept saying, "I got this. I got this. I got this." All right, hello. Hi, is this Marco? Yes. Are you able to get to Northwestern Hospital in the next hour? I live in the suburbs. I'm like 47 minutes with no traffic.
Right.
Yeah, why? Well, if you can get here, we got a kidney for you. Literally just start
Wow.
bawling, tears, got there.
Wow,
I'm on the
my wife just did that yesterday when the dentist called to say they could see her earlier for her teeth cleaning. She was
Say,
she
did
was
she
so
get an extra
excited.
kidney yesterday, Mark?
She was so excited. So yes, this is you. This wins. This story wins.
No,
So
it's
go-
just
go.
it was I'm on the operating table. The surgery was supposed to last. My wife's upstairs. She's probably listening. She's gonna yell down. It was 3 hours, not 4. But it was supposed to be 4 hours. I ended up being on the I remember waking up. So I go into surgery around I go to surgery around 3:00 ish. And I remember this clear as day. I'm waking up, I'm in the recovery room, and I look over and the clock says 2. And the first thing that I think, I'm like, did we go backwards? Like, what, you're delirious.
Right.
You don't really
'Cause
know.
you're- Yeah, you're right.
The surgery lasted like 9 hours. Apparently, there was a tornado that hit Chicago as I was in operation. My wife, they told like my wife and my family that had shown up at the time, like, get away from the windows, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, my wife tells a story, something to the effect of like, what did she say? Like, well, like, can they still do the surgery? Like, what's going on? And they're like, yeah. Don't worry. We got generators. He's fine. So to make a long story short, it was a very complicated operation because I was born with prune belly syndrome, which, not to bore you guys with all the details, but basically the best way it's ever been described to me is imagine trying to grow an oak tree inside of a flower plant. So when I was in my mother's womb, it's trying to grow like this, but you don't have the space. So that's where the no right leg comes from. I had open heart surgeries and the kidneys never fully developed. So as a result, I have a pretty deformed belly. Well, turns out that makes it pretty hard to operate on, which is why I was there for so long. But everything worked out amazing. I can't believe it. In 3 weeks, it's going to be 2 years already. My numbers are better than before my transplant. Like better than before. Like
When you had the old kidney.
yes,
Right.
like and there's new drugs, new experiments.
Thanks,
new things.
Dad.
Yeah. Trust me. I tell them all, you got a new roommate, buddy. Because they leave I have 4 kidneys in me. They leave them
Oh
in.
wow,
They
I didn't know that.
they don't take them out. It's too dangerous. They can nick something, whatever. So I joke all the time, like, you got a new roommate, buddy. He's like, yeah, I know. Like, so.
Yeah, my dad had a kidney transplant. So
Oh wow,
a little-
it's amazing.
Marco and I have something in common too.
Yeah.
1975, I donated a kidney to my sister. I was 18.
Oh wow.
My sister was 13, and she got an extra 22 years of life. Went on to college, became a school teacher, a great school teacher. So, in 1975, transplants were
Sure.
it was considered experimental at that time.
Yeah.
And it was interesting that they could
Even
do.
from 96 was my first transplant, and then 2024 was the second one. And even the
Huge jam.
28 year, the advances. I mean,
Sure.
like, for example, I remember them. This was fairly recent. Within the last year, I went and met with the kidney docs, and they're like, yeah, so all the drugs that, because they kind of they give you a heavy dose for the first 6 months, a year, whatever, and then they wane you off and they put you on something else. And basically they're like, so what we're putting you on now, as a matter of fact, I went today, you only have to take, let's call it 3 pills a day. I used to take like 15. You only have to take 3 pills a day, but once a month for an hour, you go and get an infusion. And the results that they're seeing is these people, and knock on wood, pray to the good Lord, I'm one of these people. They're seeing results where people are living. Like the average expectancy for a transplant average is 10 years. Some, my first lasted 28, which is almost unheard of. Most 3 to 5. with these new treatments, that average is moving more like 15, 16,
Wow.
17,
Wow.
20.
Great.
You know, it's
and
amazing.
and you know, and we should probably move past this.
Yeah.
But I think that when you talk about the average, you also have to factor in that unfortunately there are people who don't do the right thing.
Right.
They get the kidney,
Yeah.
but they don't do all the care that needs to come with it, and so that's why that average, excuse me, it might seem like, well, 17 years, 15 years, that's still not great, but if you do take care of yourself and you do the right things,
That's
that
right.
number kind of goes up. So the topic was going to be sort of how, sport, or can sports in general and sports sims in particular, can they really help you cope with the tragedies of our lives that can happen? And how do you make that happen? And what made me come up with that as a topic, it kind of ties back to the game that we're going to be playing a little bit. And actually the game that I played yesterday when I did the Mark Sports Blast, because we're talking about the football season, 2006, 2007, right? So that year for me, fall of 2006 and all through 2007, and I said this on the broadcast last night, it was the by far the worst year of my life. I went with, I was dealing with severe depression over the loss of a child, not my biological child, and you can watch the thing, and I don't want to make this about that story again. I told it yesterday. But it was by far the worst year of my life. For Marco, 2006 and the Bears going to the Super Bowl and he said this, is his best, happiest, favorite sports year of all time. So, we were going to talk about that, but I got to say, Marco, after hearing everything that you've been through, and the fact that you've come through so with such a positive essence. And, I've said this about Ron before. It's like, I don't even want to talk about what I went, like, I just feel like an idiot now. Like what you've dealt with is so tremendous. And, we can talk about it to some degree, because I think for me, I think sports is extremely helpful, particularly for guys. We need it. And taking Sims even out of it, just sports in general, we need it. We need to be able to sit down and watch a hockey game and not be bothered. We need, it's the Oscar, the Oscar Madison in all of us, that, just shut up, just leave me alone. I'm watching the game, it's very much an us thing. And I think that is helpful, but I also think that, at least for me, like, thankfully for me, my depression kind of lifted in 2007 enough that I could follow the Giants as they, in 2008, won their Super Bowl, but still, it was still tinged with a little bit of hurt. But for you, so explain to us, the listeners or the viewers, why 2006 and 2007 is so special. Yes, they won the Super Bowl, but I don't think it's as simple as that.
Well, so first they lost the Super Bowl. That's
they lost the Super Bowl. Yeah,
that's the funny thing about 06.
But they were in it.
So let me. I'm going to put a few qualifiers on it. I wouldn't say it was my best sports year ever. I think that's an easy answer. It's 2016 when the Cubs won the World.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, that's the easy one. But 2006, there's a couple reasons why I chose this year in particular. One of which, yes, the Bears were really good that year. That was up until, I would say, 2018's up there, just in the Bears universe. Last year was a pretty damn fun year for the Bears as well. But 2006 was the best season of my lifetime. Now remember, my lifetime. I didn't see the 85 Bears.
Right.
It's
a shame you have to go back that far.
That's right.
To find.
That's right. No.
Were pretty
jokingly
mediocre for so long. Yeah.
That's right. That to understand, like, my point of reference, somebody in the chat said 85 Bears, 2016 Cubs, Bulls championship, rank them in my happy place. I want you to pull that up for 1 second, because first of all, 85 Bears, I wasn't alive. 90s Bulls dynasty, when Jordan hits that last shot to beat the Jazz in 98, I'm 7 years old.
Right.
So my whole point of reference for Chicago sports is losers.
Yeah.
We are a bunch of idiot losers. Yes, the Blackhawks had their run. That was amazing. I'll never forget that as long as I live. I worship those Hawks teams. The 2016 Cubs, for obvious reasons, when they finally got it done. But you're talking about a period of 3 years in my 36 years of life, we're garbage. We're garbage for 33 of those years. So why 2006?
Rex Gross
I mean, the
was
Cubs had
75
the
bucks,
Cubs
by
had
way.
some competitive seasons. You know,
They
before
did. They had
2016.
03. They lost in the
Right.
Bartman game. They had
Right.
08 where they got swept in that. They had a 97 win season and get swept in the first round. But when
Well,
I
I
say the
understand what
Bears-
you're saying. Sure.
yeah, right. There's a few different things, but
And especially for a town as proud of their sports
That's right.
heritage as Chicago, you know, it's a tough pill to swallow.
that's 100%
Year
right.
after year after year after year.
So there's an old Lewis Black. Do you know the comedian Lewis Black?
I know. I've worked with him
Oh,
a few
yeah.
times. Mhm.
Okay. So Lewis Black has one of my favorite jokes of all time where he says that whatever music you were listening to when you first get laid is your favorite music for the rest of your life.
Not true.
Okay.
I buy that.
Okay. So
I buy that.
why did I pick 2006? Not because that's when I first got laid. That's not why. But I think he, if you think deeper about what he says there, okay, 2006, I'm 16 years old.
Right.
I'm in the prime of my life. I've never had better health before or since when I was 16. I get a car for the first time. I have freedom for the first time. Yes, it's puppy love, but I have a girlfriend for the first time,
Which is amazing.
which is amazing. So that period of time is locked in my brain as the best time to be a human being.
Yeah.
So, and the reason I think we all have that and we all see that in our hobbies, because, and I'm not calling anyone out, blah, 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 nothing like that. But if you look at our hobbies, at what seasons people cover, it's when they were their prime age. It was in the 70s, the 80s, you're starting to see some 90s seasons start to trickle in.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's the old Kenny Dryden line, Marco, that, you know, when they asked him, when does sports mean the most to you? And he says it's 14 years old because you got the world by the ball, specifically for the reasons you just mentioned.
Right.
Because it's never going to be more to you before life hits you than the rest of the way. So 14, 15, 16 years old. Absolutely.
You're innocent. You don't know. You don't care about taxes. You don't care about bills. You don't care who the president of the United States is. You don't nothing. You know, I don't give a shit. So to paint the picture of 2006 and why I picked this season, and if you indulge me for a minute, because I'm ready to make the case that 2006 is the greatest NFL season since the millennium. Now hear me out. Okay. Hear me out.
You got 30 seconds.
Okay. First
90
of all,
seconds.
Okay, 90 seconds. So putting all my personal stuff aside about the Bears, the Bears have Devin Hester. They have a great defense. They have no quarterback. They it's amazing they got to the Super Bowl.
They have negative quarterback.
Correct. He had a couple. Now I will say I'm going to throw. I'm going to throw Sexy Rexy a bone here. Go look at his game logs from that year.
Can we not say Sexy Rexy and Bone in the exact same sentence?
Absolutely, I did. Sexy Rexy, if you look at a few of those games, I don't remember off the top of my head, but he had a few 300-yard games that season. He was not a slouch. He had slouch games.
He was no Trent Dilfer.
He was no Trent Dilfer, but he was no Joe Montana either. He's somewhere in between.
All right, keep going.
Okay, so put the Bears aside for a moment. There are 10 teams that you can legitimately make the case that they can win the Super Bowl that year. And also what makes 2006 so special is this is the last year, in my opinion, where old school football was still a thing before the passing era really took over. And I have as my main evidence. So you had Drew Brees, you had Tom Brady, you had the tail end of Brett Favre, You had Phillip Rivers. You had Ben Roethlisberger. It was quarterback heavy. But you also had 23 players rush for over 1,000 yards. 23.
Wow.
Do you have any idea how many players rushed for over 1,000 yards last year? It was half of that. And
Insane.
no one has, the number has never been over 20 since 2006. So you had all of these different teams that had those ground attacks, but then you would also have the teams like the Colts and the Patriots that had the passing game. Now, what makes this season also very special is look at the teams, okay, and pretend the playoffs aren't happening yet, which we're kind of doing tonight with second season, okay? You had the Patriots, who are 2 years removed from their last championship, and it would be another 8 years after this until they got another one, but they had won 3 out of 4 years. They are one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl. You had the defending Super Bowl champion Steelers with Ben Roethlisberger. You had the defending NFC champions with the Seahawks in Matt Hasselbeck and Sean Alexander. By the way, none of those teams were the favorites. You had the 14-2 San Diego Chargers with LaDainian Tomlinson, who set the touchdown record this season with Phillip Rivers as the quarterback. Not to mention, you had arguably the greatest story in NFL history in the New Orleans Saints, who 1 year prior are playing at Tulane Stadium because the Superdome is underwater.
Right, Katrina.
And they go to the NFC Championship games, and I don't take delight in saying this, but maybe I do. The Bears kicked their ass, and that was a good team. Drew Brees, Marcus Colston, Reggie Bush, Deuce McAllister,
And a
Sean
defense.
Payton's the coach. This is the season where Steve Gleason in week 2 or week 3 busts through the line and blocks the punt. That is the loudest you will ever watch. I would, when you're done watching our live stream, go watch a video of that moment. It will bring tears to your eyes. You can literally feel.
Well, if we don't get to the game, that live stream is going to be in like the next 8 hours that they'll be watching it. So
no, so let me. I'll wrap it up. I'll say this. Okay, so as a pretext,
it's called put a bow on it.
Okay, we'll put a bow on it. As a pretext, so the game we're going to be playing tonight is the Colts and the Patriots. It's Manning versus Brady. I lobbied Mark to pick the Bears, but the Bears would get blown out. It would not be fun for anyone to watch. This is the de facto Super Bowl. This is the Super Bowl that we're going to watch.
I'm going to stop you for 1 second. I'm going to go take my little hour break so I can go smoke a cigarette. You guys talk amongst yourself, set up the game. That's a great idea. We're going to be playing second season football. Marco, talk while you're doing that, and
Sure.
Ron, guys, chime in. I'll come back and we'll play the game.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me get my preamble going, because I go ahead, Ron. I'm
The
sorry.
year the Patriots blew the 20-point lead in the third quarter.
That is correct. So for our listeners, and I warned Mark that I did a whole bunch of research because I'm so excited to do this game. So we need to put ourselves in what was going on at this point. So I mentioned at the top that there are 10 teams that you could say could win the Super Bowl this year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you were to rank them 1 through 10, the 2 teams that got to the Super Bowl in the Colts and the Patriots, or the Colts and the Bears, are probably 9 and 10. Truthfully. Now, the reason why the Colts had this reputation is, and it's hard to imagine this now, literally 20 years later, but Peyton Manning is a loser at this time. He's a loser. He lost to Brady 2 out of 3 years in the playoffs. They got upset. I think it was against the Steelers in 2005. They're embarrassing themselves, and here they are. They get a home game in the AFC Championship game after upsetting the number 1 seeded San Diego Chargers. And what do? They go down 21-3 in the first quarter, and then they're down 21-6 at the half. And then in the third quarter, Manning explodes, and we have a tie game, but then Tom Brady and the Patriots make it 28-21. And all of that is the preamble to say we're going to pick up at the start of the fourth quarter where Manning has the ball. It's set. This is real life. This is exactly where everything was at the start of the fourth quarter. Manning's got the ball at the New England 38-yard line, and it's 2nd and 1. He's
Okay.
down by 7. He's at home. He's a loser, and he's facing the dynasty Patriots. What's better than that?
Yeah.
Now, to be honest with you, I also picked this game because if I can have a moment of brutal honesty about my beloved Bears, they're losing to both of these teams in the Super Bowl.
So here's my sexy Rexy cost me $75 story. I'm in a bar for that Super Bowl. There's a sports bar in downtown. If Mark's nicotine addictions had held, he'd be able to hear the story. So I'm in a bar with a wife and a caretaker, and we're having a good old time, eating lots of food and a couple drinks and watching this game that none of us really care about.
Yeah.
But we have Super Bowl squares. And whatever this was going to be the score at the end of the third quarter, I was going to hit. I was going to get $75 to get that until Sexy Rexy either threw a pick six or set something up so the Colts could score. And I wasn't going to be able to get my square lost because the Colts scored. And so that son of a bitch from Florida cost me $75.
Well, my favorite joke from that Super Bowl is, if you play the first half twice, it's almost like a Bears win. And it's true. People forget the Bears were leading at the half, and not only were they leading, they were dominating. I mean, they were playing really well. Funny part. Oh no, I am sorry. I'm trying to set up my overhead cam. We Mark and I did this earlier without issue, and now my phone is giving me problems. So hopefully,
Of course it is. We're live. Do it live.
It's live TV. Bill O'Reilly. What was I gonna say? So funny side story about this to make it personal. I made a bet. So I'm living in Florida at this during 2006. My family decided to move down there. I grew up suburbs Chicago. All of a sudden, my dad says we're moving to Florida. Great. It's a total culture shock. This year, I also meet my lifelong best friends. Blah blah blah. But earlier that year, I wanted to go back to Illinois in the worst way. And while I'm telling this story, Mark, I'm going to try and join and make sure everything is good to go with the overhead. Let's see. Is it upside down?
It's upside down, yeah.
All right. Let me do it that way. I'll just have to move everything. I'll swap.
Yeah, and if you felt like I was sort of like stepping on your 2006 analysis, it's more that, maybe it's because of my radio background, my comedy background. I think like flow is so important, and I don't think any of us want this to be a 3-hour show, and I don't know how long this quarter of football is going to take, because I've been told it can take a while. I just want to make sure that we hit the 2-hour mark, 2:15 or something like that, and not 3.5. You guys agree with that, Ron, Mike?
Yes. I'm good for 3 hours.
There we go. Did I lose it?
Always leave them wanting more. That's my motto.
All right, we'll try it this way. Hopefully this works. I had to kind of tear it down a little bit earlier today, Mark, so I apologize, but I think
that's all right.
Okay. Well, we'll have to make do with this. Speaking of radio, I'll call this as we go along, like it's on the radio, so I think it'll flow pretty good.
Now, you were in the middle of a story when I stopped you for you to do this, so you should probably finish that up.
Yeah, no, so I wanted to move back to Illinois in the worst way, and before this season begins, I go to my dad and I say, Dad, I know, the family, we've been in Florida for a few years, but like, what do we have to do to move back to Illinois? I mean, I like it here, but I really miss Illinois. And as God is my witness, and I know he said it as a joke, thinking
turkeys could fly.
No, he said, if the Bears win the Super Bowl, we'll move back.
Oh,
I've never seen someone sweat so bad when the Bears won the NFC Championship game to go to the Super Bowl. So that is the precursor. I'm 16. The Bears have done it. They've won. They beat the Saints. They're off to the Super Bowl. I race over to my grandma's house. She lived nearby. Her husband, my grandfather, and she were diehard Bear fans. So we celebrated together, and then we sat down to watch this game right here, which is Colts Patriots, to see who would play the Bears in that Super Bowl, and that's what we're going to play now. So Mark tells me that no one here is really familiar with second season.
No,
Is that right?
no, and just to set it up, so we're playing Colts, Patriots.
Yep.
We're starting at the exact point that game started in the fourth quarter.
Second and 1 with the ball on your ball on the New England 38.
Correct.
Ron is going
Nailed
to be the offensive coordinator for the Patriots. Marco will be the defensive coordinator for the Patriots. I will be offensive coordinator for the Colts, and Michael will be defensive coordinator for the Colts. And that's how we're going to do it.
Okay.
Hey, Ron, if there's a way for you to do it, can you turn your volume up just slightly?
Me?
If you can, just a little bit.
Sorry, Mark, one more time. Who are the coordinators for who? One more.
Offensive coordinator for the Broncos is me. Defense is Michael. Ron is offense for the Patriots, and your defense for the Patriots.
I'm the defense for the Patriots. Okay,
yes.
got it. Okay, so I think the best way to do this is we just start playing, and I kind of explain as we go along. Just to give a super fast overview.
Sure.
Second season is all played on team sheets. So this is actually an older version. They don't quite look like this anymore. They're a lot. As a matter of fact, I have a modern season right here I could show you just to get an idea. So Keith has really done a good job of even though I can't believe I pulled out Green Bay, those disgusting, stupid team. I hate them so much. Anyway, is
there a way you can show us a little bit more of the card?
There you go. Looks a lot better, right? So it's a lot cleaner, easier to read versus, what it was in the 2006. I don't know when he made the design change, but essentially what you get is every team has a full sheet. All you do is you fold it on one side. You now have the offense. On the other side, you now have the defense. And essentially, I don't know how well you can see this or how well this is coming through, but here's your offensive line, your quarterback, wide receiver, fullback / tight end. Again, football changes over the years, so that FB position has been a number of different things over the years. And then your running back, then your place kickers, etc. Defense, same lineup. So what's going to happen is every player has a rating, and it's 0 to 2. 0 is terrible. 2 is the best player on the field. You're rated only two ways. You're rated for pass and for run. So hold
on, I want to pull this up. Dan Porter says, just got to say, I love the energy on Marco's videos. I would agree with that completely. And I would say that you are really great at explaining games and your tutorials. You're my red, white, and blue guy. That's how I learned the game was watching your videos. That said, for the purposes of our broadcast,
hurry up.
Let's try to get to the game.
Okay. So essentially, I need to say one quick thing because it does matter. There is I promise it matters. So momentum is built in. So on some of the ratings, you will have a plus sign or a minus sign. So I'll take Peyton Manning as a good example. He is a 2 rating as a passer, and he is a 1+ running. Keith gives you 2 ways to do this. So you can
forehead's a 3.
What's that?
His forehead's a 3. But
I would say it's a 5 head personally. You could do this one of 2 ways. I'm going to do it the first way. I won't even explain the second way, which is we are in the fourth quarter, so we are going to say he has momentum. Now, what all that means is anytime a player is called upon and he has the plus sign, let's say it's a 1+, he is now a 2.
Okay.
If this was any other point in the game, he would stay a 1. Now, conversely, if there's a minus, so let's say he's a 1-, Same, it goes the opposite. So if he gets called on, he's now a 0 in that category. So to make this easy, there's so we're just gonna start playing. So
that, but all right.
So we're gonna start playing. So basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you what your play call options are, and then Mark, I actually brought dice, so I could roll it as well.
No,
or
it's better. It's better if we roll our own dice. That's kind of the whole fun of the game. So
perfect. Let's do that. So
all right, we're all set to roll.
Perfect.
Time to play some football because this is the longest. This is longer than the Super Bowl pregame show.
No, it's like 6 hours now.
All right.
So.
No, this is about 7. So let's go.
All right. So your choices when you are an offensive coordinator are outside run, inside run, screen pass, which is exactly what it sounds like. You'll average
as opposed to what?
Well, like for example, if you're playing strat, there's like what is it, line buck or buck pass,
right? But it's obviously if it's something called screen pass, we
self-explanatory. So screen pass
means screen
short,
pass,
medium, and long pass. You got 6 choices: inside, outside. Screen, short, medium, long.
Got it. So what's my down? What down is it? And I will call a play.
You're 2nd and 1 at the 38. Defense. Here's your choices. You can key on the run. You can key on the pass. You can play safe, or you can blitz. Those are your choices.
All right.
So
I have to call my play.
You have to call your plays, and the defense needs to call their play as well. So we can do the honor system.
Yes, I have. You are calling the defense in this case, Marco. I am calling the offense.
Yep.
It's 2nd and what?
2nd and 1 from the 30 from New England's 38. So you're yeah.
I am ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Medium.
Run. Okay. So
now I'm gonna roll my dice.
So you're gonna roll all 3 dice and tell me what the roll is.
It is. Red die is 1, white die is 3, and the 20 die is a 1. So I read that as a 1-3-1.
You read that as a 13, and it's a 1. Okay.
Okay, so 13-1.
Okay, so you call the medium pass. So the 1 tells us who this is going to. So this is going to Marvin Harrison.
Go Marvin.
All right, so 13 says, so now we're checking the quarterback's completion rating. Peyton Manning's a AA. So AA says Q yards. All that means the pass was complete, and it's complete for whatever the Q yards is for the quarterback.
All right, and one of those yards.
12 yards. So it's a
12-yard pickup, first down for the Colts.
12-yard strike for the Colts. It is now 1st and 10. That play takes 30 seconds off the clock. 1st and 10 from New England's 26.
All right. I am ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
Screen.
Safe.
A 51-20. That sounds
51-20. So D. So we're checking on the defensive D. And it says, is he a 2 pass? Ellis Hobbs is not. So this is an XS count. This is going to be a big game. So roll those.
Oh, it is? All right.
Roll those D6s again. And tell me what the D6 is.
A 1-2.
So is I, J, or K a 2 pass? That's a yes. Okay, so the first guy is a yes. Remember the momentum. You probably can't see it, but Richard Seymour is a 1+, which means he is a 2 because we have momentum. So heavy pressure is incomplete. So that pass is going to be incomplete.
So it wasn't a big game because I rolled low.
It's a big game. I said that incorrectly. It's a big game possibility. It's a big game possibility. So if you would have, if one of those guys did not have that rating, that's probably 15, 20 yards.
All right, 2nd and 10 for the Colts. Manning breaks the huddle. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I am ready as well. Inside run.
Safe.
34-16.
34-16. So
I feel like I'm watching Adam 12 here. 34-16.
That's very funny.
So is the center a run?
It shows
0?
how old we are.
Yeah.
There's so many shows you could have mentioned from the 21st century that probably use the same thing. We go
Brooklyn
right to
Nine-Nine.
but we go right to Adam 12.
All right.
30, so 34-16 is what's the result?
That's going to be a 4-yard pickup.
All
So it's
right,
gonna be
third and
second
6.
and 6.
No, 3rd and 6. I threw an incomplete
Or
pass.
third
on
and
second.
6. You're right. I'm sorry. 3rd and 6.
All right.
Ready.
I am ready. Short pass.
I will safe again.
41-13.
41-13. Is EC a zero pat? He is. So incomplete. So that
All
was
right.
it. You were going for Ben Utek. So that brings up 4th down and 6 from the 22-yard line.
And what's the score right now?
It is 28-21 New England. So you're
I'm
this
gonna
would be
kick a field goal.
Yeah, 38-yard field
Yeah.
goal. Okay.
All right.
So your field goal kicker, Adam Vinatieri, is a AAA.
It's good. It's just good, right?
No. So what did I say? 38-yarder. He makes on everything except the 66.
Do I still roll the 20 side or just the 2?
Just the 2.
Got it. 41. And it's good.
Kick is good.
Wow, that was a little too
So it is 28-24. Just roll for my kickoff there really quick. So there's 13 minutes left in the game. You just roll the 2d6, and you probably have to roll it again if there's a return. So just give me those 2d6.
36.
It goes 61 yards to the primary returner. So this is going to be returned. So give me the return, please. Roll the 2d6 again.
The return should probably be Ron as the offensive coordinator of the other team. Right?
Yeah. Yep, you can do that.
Yeah, Ron.
So you go ahead, Marco, and roll the dice.
Okay. 53.
53 on the return. He takes it back 32 yards. 32 yards. So you're out to the 36-yard line with 12:45 to go. So you got 12:45 to go, Ron, and you're at 1st and 10 from your own 36-yard line.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready there, Michael.
Okay, I'm ready.
I gotta flip.
I'll roll the dice, right?
Yeah, you can roll the dice. Hold on. Let me give you. So what's short?
Yeah, you should have called your play first and then roll the dice.
Short.
So short.
I was going to do safe anyway, so
Okay.
safe.
Short, safe, and then
It's-
just give me that result.
42-17.
So is the quarterback a zero pass? He is not. So it's caught at the sideline for our yard. So what that means, so you were going to Corey Dillon here, who is where's Corey Dillon? Our yards at 10 yards and a first down.
And without getting into how it works, just so people know, if you haven't said it already, there is a way to play this where you determine who you want the ball to go to.
Yes.
And not use a decider. But we
Right,
don't have to
or the
talk about how
finders,
that
right.
works. It's there.
So
Correct.
first and 10 where?
1st and 10 at your own 46-yard line. And I'm trying to track it on here. I have an app that I track too, just so I don't lose focus. But this is your field here too. I'm trying to keep it as up to date. All right, play calls.
Let me know when you're ready, Mike.
I'm ready.
Outside.
Blitz.
Outside blitz. Here we go.
And the roll is 33-11.
Is the quarterback a run zero? No, Tom Brady isn't. So we got a chance for a big play. So I need another roll.
35-13.
Is EB a run zero? He is not. That is a 9-yard run from Lawrence Maroney.
So 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1 from the Colts. 2nd and 1 from the Colts 45-yard line.
Let me know when you're ready, Mike.
All set.
Medium.
Key run.
Oh boy, this could be big.
Yeah.
63-14.
Is G a 2 pass? He is not. He can't make the play. It's complete to Doug Gabriel. Where's he at? There he is. Complete for 14 yards plus 1d6.
6.
20-yard
pickup.
strike from Tom
Come on,
Brady.
Canistrari. What are you doing to us?
Boom.
Thank you very much. I'll be here all the week. Please ride the wheel.
10, 20-yard strike. So New England is down to the Colts 25-yard line with a fresh set of downs. 11 minutes, 15 seconds to go.
All right, come on.
Let me know, Mike.
Defense.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Defense.
Inside.
Safe.
Inside run versus safe.
25-2.
Is the guard A or guard B a 0? That is a no, and that is a no. So this could be a big play. Roll them again.
Oh my God.
Patriots moving at will.
42-17.
Is E a run 2? He is not. This is a 10-yard rumble from Lawrence Maroney. So
Wow.
another fresh set of downs, and now New England
This seems like a
is
really cool game.
It is.
at the 15-yard line. First and 10 from the
Yeah, so-
15.
Inside the 20. Does anything change?
No, nothing changes.
All right.
I'm ready.
Short.
Safe.
Short versus safe.
65-2.
Is C a 2-pass? No, Antoine Bethea is not. It's complete in traffic for half of our yard. So that was to Rashay Caldwell, who is, where's he at? 13 divided by 2, rounded up. So that's a 7-yard gain to
Yep.
Caldwell. Now, so on this particular result, there was an injury that came up, but I don't play with injuries. It's
Yeah,
up
let's
to you
keep
guys.
injuries out of it. Yeah.
Okay. So Rasheed Caldwell, a 7-yard gain. That will bring up 2nd and 3 from the 8-yard line.
I'm
Let me
ready.
know.
I'm ready.
Short.
Safe.
All right.
51-9.
Is D a 0 pass? Nick Harper is not. So he makes a tackle. So half of our what was the D20, Mike?
9.
9.
So that is Troy Brown, who 5-yard strike to Troy Brown, another first down.
First and goal at the 3.
First and goal at the 3, and there is 9:45 to go.
Patriots looking to add to their lead. They're up 28-24.
I'm ready.
Inside.
Key run.
Good call.
21-12. 21-12.
It's a good Rush song, by the way.
Yes, it's a good album.
So 21-12, that is going to be Lawrence Maroney, who is a A grade on the inside. That's 9 yards. That is a touchdown. Touchdown, New England.
So
Dun,
after
dun,
the field goal,
dun, dun,
Brady
dun, dun,
marches his team right down the field and scores
dun, 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 dun,
quickly
dun,
and
dun,
easily.
dun, dun, dun.
Mike is
All right,
heading over to
extra
History Maker
points.
Baseball.
Extra points. Gostkowski makes it on everything under. Where's he at here?
Mark, check your phone. There's a text for you.
Basically everything under 41.
33.
It's good.
It's good.
Okay.
Oh.
New
Yeah, I
England
didn't wanna
up
read that.
35-24. Looks like they may march to the Super Bowl, but we'll see. Let's get that kickoff.
It's because I'm not Bill Belichick and I didn't go super conservative for the second half like he did.
So here,
Right.
so here you just want the 2 dice, right? Or do you
That's
want
it. 2 dice. You may have to roll again for the return.
the 4-2?
42 is 60 yards, so this is returnable. So I'll need 2d6 again.
55.
55 on the return is an unusual return.
Ooh.
That's
Here we
interesting.
go.
Is he running
Touchdown.
backwards?
It's not unusual to find out at any time. Da, 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 da.
Here it is. Let me get that roll one more time.
55.
It is a 1-yard return and a possible fumble.
Uh-oh. So roll
Let's
2.
see. Where are my boards here? Ba, 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 ba. Here we go. Yeah, roll it up, please.
33.
So they are okay. So the Colts will recover. It is fumbled. The Colts will recover it. So the drive will begin at their own 6-yard line.
That's exactly where Manning wants it.
With 9 minutes to go, the Colts will take over down by 11.
We've replaced Peyton with Cooper. Let's see if anybody notices.
All right, I'm ready. Marco, you ready?
Ready.
Screen.
Safe.
2-1-19.
So a 21. So Manning is a double A. This is no gain. So it's a complete pass, but he gains nothing
And stays in bounds.
and stays in bounds.
So how much time left?
There is 8:30 to go.
Tick,
All right,
tick,
2nd and 10. Ready when you are. You set?
Set.
Short.
Blitz.
A 2-1-10.
That is incomplete. It is 3rd down.
That's 15 seconds for an incomplete pass, right?
Correct. 15 seconds for an incomplete pass, 30 for a completed pass or run, 15 for all special team plays. There are different clocks under 2 minutes, but I'll get to that when we
All
get
right,
there.
so 3rd and 10, right?
It is 3rd and 10, 8:15 to go from your own 6.
Are there trick plays?
There are. So you are allowed every season's a little bit different, but I'm going to go by the classic rules. You get 1 trick play per half. I will warn you, they're basically 60-40 won't work. But if they do
Gotcha.
work, they're big gains.
And I'm not going to do it from the 6-yard line. Let me know when you're ready.
Ready.
Medium.
I'm blitzing again.
Bring in the pressure. A 1-5-16.
So, okay, here we go. So Manning has a 12-yard strike minus a D6. So we got to roll a D6.
Ooh, a 5.
7-yard gains. That's going to bring up 4th and 3.
3. How much time's left?
There is 7:45 to go.
Got a punt.
All right. 4th down from your own 13-yard line.
3-3.
33 is +5 to his average. So this is going to go 49-yard punt.
Nice.
Let's see. Is his return a B or better? Yeah, so no return. So it's just a 49-yard punt.
Fair catch.
Fair catch.
All right, Mikey.
Oh.
Come on, Mikey.
Yeah, we gotta stop.
Do
here.
your job, or this is your last season.
Back to history.
7 minutes and 30 seconds to go, and it is Patriots ball at their own 38.
Let me get out the bicycle pump.
I'm ready.
Short.
Key run. And it is 46-3.
This is an unusual result, so I need another roll.
Okay. 52-17.
Okay.
I
Oh,
like
this is-
that laugh.
oh God, this is not good for me and Mike, is it?
All right. So the pass is complete to Corey Dillon for 11 yards. But there's a fumble.
Oh!
So we got to roll it again. Let's
right.
roll it up.
And it is 26-16.
Is SB rated a run 0? Where's he at? Oh, no, he's not. So he will recover. So he fumbles the ball but gets his own recovery. So that is a first down,
Ah,
New England.
Crushing. This
So-
is, but again, this is, and we've said this so many times, but it's just true. There's no better sports sim than football for head to head. There's
That's
just
right.
there's not even a close second.
All right, so it is 7:15 on the clock.
7 minutes on the clock, and it is 1st and 10 at your own 49-yard line.
All righty,
I'm ready.
outside.
Blitz.
Here we go.
16-1.
1. So this is going to Corey Dillon. who is outside grade of B. So this is no gain.
All right. And stays in
So
bounds or goes out of bounds?
Yes, it stays in bounds. So there's no real inbounds out of I might be forgetting the rule, but I just assume everything is in bounds. By the way, I should mention you can call timeouts. All timeouts do is take off half of what the clock would be. I think that's a homebrew rule, but it works really well. So in this instance, if you want, there's 30 seconds that need to come off the clock. If you want to call timeout, only 15 seconds come off.
All right. And where are we with time right now?
There's 6 minutes and 30 seconds left, and it is 2nd and 10 at New England's own 49-yard line.
Ready?
Okay. Ready. Yep.
Short.
Safe. 63-19.
So is E a 2 pass? He is incomplete.
All right. Good job, defense. Good job. 3rd and 10 coming up.
Down. There is 6:15 to go, and it's 3rd and 10.
I'm ready.
Inside.
Key pass. 55-3.
Unusual result. Roll it up.
It's like Appa or doubles are good.
I think they're actually bad in this game.
34-2.
So this is a 2-yard gain by Corey Dillon. The reason why it was unusual result is he is injured, but we're not playing injury. So
all right, so 4th down. Good job. Good job. Good job.
4th and 8.
All right.
And there is 5:45 to go.
And the ball is where?
At your own 49.
So obviously there's do you cough? Is there coffin or no?
There
coffin?
is coffin punt. What is the rule? I think it has to be inside.
All right, so it's just a regular punt then?
From Dan Verdon's lips to God's ears.
God, I cannot. If someone in the chat remembers the rule, it might. I can't remember if it's inside.
Not for my 49 though, right?
No, you're on their 49 now. That last play got 2 yards.
Yes.
Oh. We'll just do a regular punt.
I mean, I think from the 49, it probably would be a regular punt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Punt it up. Let's go.
And it's 12-4.
Long punt. Go to PL columns. We got to roll it again.
I don't want a touchback here. It's trying to pin your butt.
And it's 12-16.
So this goes 43 yards out of bounds.
Oh, so it is a coffin
I'm
kick.
back at the 6-yard line again?
Yes, you are.
43 yards. You're at the 6-yard line with exactly 5:30 to go, down by 11. You got to get working, man. You're
And there's no hurry up offense or anything like that, right?
Oh God, what is it? No. They're really. I think there is a mod out there that
Sure, there probably is.
you can do it, but
All right, that's fine. All right, I'm ready when you are. Marco, you all set?
I'm ready.
Long.
Blitz. So this is 50-50. You might burn me here.
I don't. It depends. 3 threes. Are that good for me or good for you? 3-3-17.
Oh, is EB a 2 pass? He is. Roll it up. Big play possibility.
Oh, baby.
So just a 2 dice.
2 dice.
6-1.
Is B a 2 pass? He is not. Bang! 36-yard gain.
Yes. Big play.
36. I forgot who is the player ID. I mean, I forgot.
It was 17. 17.
So that was to Reggie Wayne. I still have nightmares of Reggie Wayne having that giant play in the Super Bowl on us.
All right, how much time is left?
All right, so we are at the 42-yard line. Exactly 5 minutes to go.
5 to go.
All right.
Ready.
I am ready. Screen.
Pass.
5-5-2.
55. That is an unusual result, so roll it again.
4-6.
46 is incomplete, but possible penalty. So we got to roll one more time.
2 die.
Yep.
2-6.
And that is a penalty on the offense. It is offsides on the offense.
We'll
So
take it.
first and 15.
It'll be 1st and 15.
False start.
And
basically.
because it was incomplete, you still have to charge the time. So there's 4:45 to go.
All right. You set?
I am ready. Yes.
Medium.
Pass.
5-6-3.
Is F a 0? He is weak pass rush, so you are going to dump it off. So the pass rush gets there, but he's able to score him out of it, and he's
Right.
going to dump it off. So now you need to roll 2 die, and that is the amount of yards you gain.
Oh, cool. Maybe. Not when it's 4 yards.
All right, 4-yard completion there.
Couldn't even get the 7.
That was to Marvin Harrison. And there is 4:15 to go.
2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 from the 41-yard line.
All right. Are you set?
Ready.
Medium.
Pass.
5-1-11.
5-1-11. So is C a 0 pass? He is not. Is he rated a 1 pass? Oh boy, he is rated a 2 pass. This is a possible interception. So we got to roll it up.
Oh God. A 1-1.
It's intercepted.
I figured that.
It's intercepted. You got to roll it. So it's intercepted 18 yards downfield.
I'm not rolling it. You fucking roll it.
It is intercepted. So Rodney, for those of you who want flavor, Rodney Harrison
Sure.
picks it off.
Nice. Yeah.
Woo-hoo. And a 61.
I think that flavor is important. You know, some people they don't seem to care that much about that stuff, but I think who made the pick and all that
it's
stuff.
important in a game, yeah.
That's part of the
I'm
story.
sorry, it's about to get worse. This is a long return.
Oh, good. Beautiful.
61.
I love this game.
So do I.
Can't wait to run out and buy it.
Where's my long return chart? Here we go.
I'm gonna buy the
we'll
game
roll it
and a
again.
shotgun.
I'll roll it on here so everyone sees it. 21. A 25-yard return. So he picked it off at the 41, returns at 25. So this is going to be New England ball at the 34-yard line.
And with the score 34-21, right?
35-24.
I mean 35-24,
24.
right? All right, so this is it. I mean, unless we can stop them.
How much
Game's
time's
over.
left?
3 minutes, 45 seconds. So that, remember, the clock changes under 2 minutes. You get a little more, it gets a little more condensed. So if you
Right.
can hold them off, you can still get a comeback here.
I'm ready.
Short.
Key run. He's still passing. 35-11.
He's got that look on. He actually looks
Yeah.
like Brady. You do. He's got that same death stare.
35-11 is tackle A, a 2 pass. He is possible big gain. We got to roll it again.
I love this game.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
Typical Brady trying to run it up.
Right.
Well, to Ron's point, this is what the Patriots should have done.
Yeah,
They
right.
sat on the ball in the second half, and it cost them the Super Bowl.
Or a chance at the Super Bowl.
They would have beat the Bears. As a
that's
diehard
true.
Bears
That's
fan,
true.
they would have beat us. Absolutely. We had to play a perfect game. Sorry, I need that 2D6, or I can.
Yeah, I remember I won
I
money
got
on
it.
that game.
2d6, 26.
So is E or F a 2 pass? That's a yes. Oh, so it's going to be a short gain. It's only a 1d6 gain.
Oh,
That matters.
two.
So
Fine.
gain 2.
Tick.
Okay.
Tick.
Right.
Tick.
2nd and 8. Excuse me.
I'm ready.
3:15 to go.
Outside.
Safe.
We'll call a timeout after this, unless it's like an
50,
incomplete or something.
53-11.
That's an error in Napa, right?
All right, so Lawrence Maroney is going to run this. Is K a run 0? He is not. Is EA a run 2? He is not. So it's a loss of 1 yard.
And
So
timeout.
Lawrence
Timeout.
Maroney goes backwards for a loss of 1. So if you choose to let the clock run, this goes down to 2:45.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it stops at 3.
It's timeout,
Yeah,
right, Mike?
Timeout. Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so the Colts will burn the timeout.
And I'm assuming that we all started with 3 timeouts, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Yes. So this ball is at
question,
the
though.
33, trying to get it to the 24. It is
Yeah.
3rd down and 9 with 3 minutes to go.
I'm ready.
Ready? Short.
Pass.
Ooh, here we go.
63-12.
63-12. So the Patriots are trying to get this to Kevin Falk, the running back. Is F a 0 pass? He is not. Possible interception.
All right.
Here we go. Here we go. Roll it up.
All right. 52.
Is he a 9 or more? Tom Brady is absolutely not. So this is going to be incomplete. And
Yeah, Brady's not throwing a
the
pick
Colts
here.
get the stop. The Colts get the stop. There is 2:45 to go. It is 4th and 9 from the Indianapolis 33. So this would be
50-yarder. What's
50-yard
my
field goal.
yarder.
What's my
Yeah,
chances?
50-yard field goal. So just so you know, from here, he makes it on everything under
It's Vinatieri, right?
under 26.
Oh, no, it's
Gostowski.
that's what I meant. Yeah.
Gostowski.
So a 26 or less. Otherwise, he misses.
Yeah,
You
we'll
can
kick
cough
it.
and punt.
You're gonna kick the field goal?
Really?
Okay.
No,
I mean, I'm all for it.
I'm going to cough in it.
Okay.
If I'm going to burn 15 seconds, I don't want to give it to you on your 40.
It's 33. Oh boy. 20.
Was that the rule in 06?
Is he? Yeah, balls at touchback
I think it was line of scrimmage, wasn't it?
for
No,
this field goal.
Yeah, no, 7 yards behind. It's from the
7
kick,
yard, 7
oh.
yards behind the line of scrimmage. Yep.
which is why they kicked the field goal.
All right. So is his coffin a B or better? No, it is not.
It's 35-24.
It is not. So this is just going to be a 43-yard kick. That is a touchback.
Okay.
Okay.
So you take the 15 seconds off the clock, but you start from the 20.
So how much time is left? And I'll set down in distance.
There is 2:30 left. It is 1st and 10 for the Colts at their own 20-yard line.
All right. This is Manning's time to shine. This is
is
when
it.
you would
They're
want. This is
down
when you would
11.
want. This is when you would want Eli Manning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have
yeah.
always maintained that
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning was definitely the better quarterback overall over his career. But fourth quarter, I'll take Eli. He'll throw the touchdown. Peyton will throw the pick every time.
Right. That's right.
All right.
I'm ready.
Medium.
I'm blitzing. I'm going to try and end this.
4-6-4.
Unusual result. Roll it up.
Ooh, baby.
2-2.
Well, these doubles tonight.
Doubles, man.
I know.
Can't they be bad for the defense?
Okay. This is a 17-yard strike to Marvin Harrison out of bounds. So this is how we know it goes out of bounds. 17-yard strike to Marvin Harrison out of bounds. However,
Oh god.
there is a
Penalty.
there is
Oh,
a
no.
penalty
Yes.
It's going to be a Pats interference.
on the defense.
Right.
So it is
Yes.
pass interference on the defense. So you can either take the 15 yards or take
You said 17.
17.
I-
So obviously you're going to take the completion.
No, I'm going to take the penalty because it's going to stop the
No,
clock.
no. It's clock stops either way. You're out of bounds.
Oh, he's out of
Clock
bounds.
stopping either
Wow,
way.
that's you know what? Just in terms of the game, and I don't want to. I mean, I like the game.
Well, you have the
but
2-minute
that
warning.
seems really
too.
dumb. Like, so the penalty. So there's really no choice here. The penalty and the play are the exact same.
Well, no, because it's
They're out
possible
of
it could have been
bounds.
incomplete.
Oh,
Could've
I
been
see.
an
So
incomplete-
so
yeah.
it just so happened to be that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Correct.
Okay.
So you'll obviously take the 17-yard
Yeah.
gain. So that puts you at the 2-minute warning unless you want to call your second timeout.
I mean, in life, and normally in football, you would, because you
Take
get
the-
the automatic time. Yeah. So of course, yeah, call the timeout.
Okay. So you will
We'll
call
have
your
one
second
left,
timeout,
and we'll get a bonus timeout.
and you'll get the correct. So you have one left. Now let me brief you guys on this. Let me set this up here. So at the 37, heading this way. So it's 1st and 10 from your own 37. Colts have the ball. It's 35-24 with 2:15 to go. So this is I believe this is a homebrew rule. I don't think the book, this is how it's played, but I like this better. So when you get under 2 minutes, everything is halved unless you're deliberately trying to run the clock out. So here's what I mean. If you are on offense, this is to simulate.
It's basically no. It's I can shorten this. It's a hurry up offense.
Correct.
Yeah.
So instead of completions being 30 seconds,
Got
they're
it.
now 15.
Got it. Okay.
Incompletions are 8
Let's
seconds.
not kill the momentum of the 2 minutes. Let's go.
Let's do it. So 2:15 to go.
All right. I'm set.
I'm ready.
Long.
Pass.
1-2-15.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, you. Oh boy, me.
Yeah, I don't like the sounds of this.
Can you roll a d6 for me?
Why? Yes, I can. 6.
Manning drops back, fires downfield, and finds Reggie Wayne for 30 yards and a first down. And that is the 2-minute warning.
Ooh,
Belichick's
way to go.
girlfriend was in preschool in 2006.
Oh,
right?
because Dan Brady left us that. All right, let's keep going, guys.
All right, 2 minutes
It's
to go.
exciting.
You're at the New England 33. 1st and 10.
Screen.
Pass.
5-2-16.
Is G a 2 pass? No, he's not. Is he a 0 pass? No, he's not. So it is incomplete.
All right, 2nd and 10.
1:45 to go.
Colts going no huddle.
No, it's only 8 seconds. That was
Oh.
incomplete.
1:52
Yeah, so
to
it's
go.
1:52 to go.
All right, 2nd and 10. Medium.
Safe.
Two, 3-10.
Is A, so this is going to Reggie Wayne. Is A or I a 2 pass? I already see A is. So this is a possible interception.
Oh.
Yeah.
2 dice.
Yep.
All right. Classic Manning. 5-2.
Is B rated a 0? He is. Wait, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong chart. 52. No, it's incomplete. This is incomplete. So it's 3rd down. 3rd down.
All right.
45 to go.
1:45 to go.
Short.
Pass.
Five, 2-9.
So this again, trying to go to Reggie Wayne. Is G a 2 pass? He is not. Is he a 0? He is not. That is incomplete.
All right,
So
last chance
4th
here for the
down. Well,
Colts.
hold on. You're only down 11, and you're in
Oh.
field goal range. Something
And-
to think about. Just saying.
You're
What
going to have
yard
to do the onside kick at some point anyway. You need
What
2
yard line
possessions.
am I on?
You are. It is 1:38 to go. You're at their 33.
So it's a 50-yard kick
50-yarder.
50-yarder.
with Vinatieri.
So
No,
he
you got
is good.
Gostowski. Oh, you're Vinatieri. I'm
No,
sorry.
No,
he's
no,
got
I have
Vinatieri.
Vinatieri. Yeah.
He has. So if you kick this,
Yeah.
oh
yeah,
wait,
I'm gonna
no,
kick it.
it's 50 on. No, No. Okay, so triple A. So he
I
would
mean, he
be
can make a
good
50-yard kick
on
all day long.
32 or less. He's good.
50-50
doing it.
shot. What are you doing?
I'm kicking
Okay.
Here we
because
go.
it's 4th and 10. It's not like it's 4th and 2.
Correct. So we need 32 or less.
I'm not looking. Nope, I'm not looking.
And Kirkshin looks, and the dice is down the
And-
stairs.
Right down the middle with a 1-2.
Wow.
And now the onside kick.
Yeah, here we go. Okay.
It's an 8-point lead
kick is
now.
Good. There is 1:30 remaining. 90 seconds left in the game. And you already said you're going onside. So let me pull up that chart. It's in the back of the book here.
This is getting exciting again. Every time we play football, guys, it's fun. I mean,
So
everything
here
we
we
do
go.
is fun, but football's
Yeah.
special with head-to-head. All right. Well, what about? I mean, it's good to know what's the good rolls.
To be honest with you, it's a random roll of the dice on an
Really?
onside kick.
I don't know. Doubles could be good. A 4-4.
The squib kickoff skims off the playing surface, bounces 11 yards, fielded by the Patriots.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
so the Patriots will have the ball at the Colts 46
And we have one timeout left, right?
yard line. You have one timeout left, and there's 1:22 to go. So, again,
Theoretically, can I run out the clock without having to punt?
you can. So you would apply the non 2-minute warning rule. So
Right.
every play is 30 seconds. So in theory, with 1:22 to go, you've got three plays.
Okay.
He's going to call a timeout on one of them.
Right.
So yeah,
Ready?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Inside.
Blitz. 63-12.
Double square home field advantage. If home is on offense, which they're not, otherwise home defense buries the runner for a loss of 1.
Oh,
Use our last timeout, Mike.
yeah.
Oh, you have one left.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to be a loss of 1, and so only 8 seconds will come off. So that puts us at 1:13 to go.
2nd and 10.
So you're out of timeouts. No, it's 2nd and 11.
Oh, right.
Second and 11, yeah.
I didn't update this. My bad. So from the 47 going this way, loss the 1. Okay, so 2nd and 11 from the Indianapolis 47.
I'm ready.
Can I take a knee?
You could.
Because I don't want to pull up a Sarchik here and fumble.
You could. It literally, you just have to declare a knee and 30 seconds come off. So you could do that twice and leave them with almost no time.
Yeah.
All right. So to do that twice.
Okay. So on 3rd down, he's gonna. Let's see.
Well, it's only 2nd down now, right?
Right.
Now it is 3rd and
knee,
13.
right.
So there's 30. What was left there? 120. What was it? What did I say? 113.
122. Yeah.
122.
122. So, yeah. So what is that? 42 left.
42.
Yep. And then
And
12.
No chance for a penalty, huh?
No, not.
Yeah.
You literally just call the kneel down.
Yeah.
So lose 2. I always take off 2 yards on kneel downs.
Yep.
Sure.
So with 12 seconds in the game,
It's 4th and 14 or 15.
it is 4th and 15 from their own 49-yard line.
Can I choose to run around on the clock, or do I have to punt?
You have to. I'm going to say you have to run a play, but there might be an option for you to do a pitchy woo woo kind of play.
No one's doing that. That's not what he would do. No.
No, it's down. If it was further back, then I would run out the back of the end zone for the safety.
Right.
But
Yeah.
we're too far from that.
So basically, here's the deal: you punt it. You could try here. There's a few options. You can punt it, and they get the ball. They get 1 play, and you could use your trick play there and roll the dice and see what happens. There is a. Let me pull this out.
Oh, 12 seconds. I can just
We
run
are
any play, right?
sucking the drama out of this, guys. What are you doing, Ron?
I'm trying to figure out not to give you the ball.
So make
Well,
a
no,
decision,
because
Marco.
if
Is there a way
if
for
it's
him to do that or not?
incomplete, I'm gonna basically give you the cheat code here. If it's
Play Dungeon Master right now.
I would run the ball. I would just run the ball up the middle, and that burns. That burns.
But
15
but that
seconds.
is a
That's
cheat
it.
code. That's to me that kills the spirit of the game.
You
because-
could fumble. Just saying.
We'll punt.
Okay, he's gonna punt.
I would say fireball. Use a fireball spell.
All right. So let's see if there's any last second drama here. We need a punt.
All right, I got it. 12, 1-2.
That's a long punt, so I need another. It's probably I need another roll just to see what happens.
Yep. 62.
Wow. Okay, 65 yards. This is a touchback.
Okay.
All right, so it's touchback. So this is it. Now hold your horses. So no matter what, this is the last play of the game. But I kind of had a feeling this might happen. So let me
Wait a minute. I just ran 15 seconds on the punt. Game's over.
It's 8 seconds. Everything's
8
halved.
seconds.
Everything's
Halved.
halved.
So,
That's why I was saying the cheat code is to run the ball. But that's not any fun.
yes, it is.
What are you doing? What do you got, Marco?
So there is a where's it at here? Oh my god, I had it. Now I can't find it. Here we go. So Keith, I believe it was Keith, came up with this bad boy, and this is a end of game chaos play. So think band runs on the field, think pitchy pitchy woo woo. Basically, you keep rolling until you get a skull and crossbones, which means the play is dead.
Let's do it.
So we
just
run
two
it.
dice.
Love it.
Just 2 dice.
Just 2 dice and keep rolling until we lose.
A 2-3.
So lateral to middle of the field, gain of 11.
Keep going.
All right,
At the
so
31.
that's at the 31.
2-2.
Oh boy.
Misguided lateral, fallen on by the defender.
Game over.
Woo-hoo!
And the Patriots win it.
And the Patriots go on to the Super Bowl with a 35-27 victory, and I'm sure an absolute demolition of the Chicago Bears in 2 weeks in Miami, Florida. A Super Bowl that I am proud to say no one remembers except for the Prince halftime show and Devin Hester returning the kickoff for the touchdown.
What would the point spread be? You think Patriots Saints?
Uh,
I would say probably
Patriots Saints.
I mean, I'm sorry, I meant
Bears.
Patriots Bears, I mean.
So the real one with the Colts, that we were 9-point dogs. I remember that.
Yeah,
So
I
I
remember that
bet
too.
you the Patriots are probably 9 or 10.
I'll bet you they'd be 11 or 12. would be my
But
guess.
remember that game.
Who
was
had the
in
better year that year,
Indianapolis.
Patriots or Colts?
Colts were home. That game was in. That
So
game was
they
in
had
Indianapolis.
they had identical records. They were both 12-4, but the reason why the game was in Indy is Indy beat them in Foxborough earlier in the season.
Interesting.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, hey guys, that was a lot of
Good.
fun. There was a topic we wanted to cover that we didn't get a chance to. We'll save it for another episode. Pretty good topic. Marco, as always, you are a phenomenal person. Your story is so inspiring, so great. And we're so glad that you're here. You know, I mean, and we mean that
Yeah.
both in terms of the show and in the larger existential sense. So
Well, I
it's
I
pretty
really
special.
appreciate it, guys. I wanted to sign off by getting a little sappy for a moment and just saying that this hobby means so much to me. I mean, it really does. It's I may not get to as many of the conventions I would like to, and
Sure.
this and that, and I would love to start making videos again and all that, but I'm here, guys. I'm here all the time. I'm on Facebook all the time. We really are a community. You know,
Mhm.
at the expense of ourselves, I joke with my wife that these are my virgin game friends to like, because no one understands this hobby except for us. You know, we're
True.
the only ones that get it, and
Yeah.
and we all get
And
it.
every once in a while we get to introduce new people to it.
That's right.
And that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
You know, so I just wanted to thank you guys for contributing to this great hobby of ours. It's you know, it in many ways and I don't say this lightly, in many ways it saved my life. It made me a happier person and brings me joy every single day. And if I could just give a little bit of that back, then
You give a
I did
lot
my
back,
job.
man.
You do.
You give a
You do.
lot back.
Absolutely.
Like I said, you know, I went through more recently some issues. Maria and I lost our dog that we'd had for 16 years. And I remember towards the end when one of us would have to be awake with him because he had among other things senility and sundown syndrome. So at night he was just a mess. And one of us would have to stay with him, and I would play games, including, I remember very vividly playing Red, White, and Blue Racing, you know, with this dog, and just praying that whatever medication he was on at the time, because we had him on everything from Valium to anything to try to calm him down, that he would let me play this game, you know. And I knew the game because I watched your videos. And so, you know, you've had an impact on us as much as we and others have had an impact on you. And you're right. That is the great thing about this hobby and the community. And I'm glad, I think we're all glad that there's somebody like you here. You know, I think one of the things I really like about doing this show with you guys is there's really nice people on this show who are part of the show. Debreski, Canistrari, Ron, I like to think myself. And that's what the hobby, I think, thrives on.
John Turnbull.
John Turnbull, of course. You know, is that positivity and that, you know, guyness, the good guyness, the hey, let's have fun together guyness, the ball busting guyness. You know, that's the good stuff.
And I'll say this: I've only met Mike in person, but Ron, you've put me to bed 100 times over the years.
Yeah.
I've got you in my headphones, watching you on my phone with your 12-inning, you know, disasters and the Red Sox blowing this and that and blah blah blah, and you know, and Mark, like even just I've watched every episode of this show. I can't get enough of it, and it's just
thank you.
It's as much as you say that I give, you guys give plenty back as well. It's amazing. It's amazing.
All right, well, hey, we should probably wrap up. Marco, if you want to stick with us and through the end, please do. Just a little quick announcement. So the documentary, guys, we're moving closer and closer to going up to Burlington to film Ron. In fact, we've got the budget for it. It looks like it's going to happen in the third week of August. There's another big announcement. So that's the first big announcement. Is that Burlington will happen, and we will get footage of Ron for the opening of the documentary. Second big announcement, I'm going to hold off till next week because it's there, it's right there. But I just want to get, the T's crossed and the I's dotted before we actually announce this. But great things are happening. The pre-launch list, it's, again, guys, if you haven't done it, it's so important. All you have to do is go to boxscorefilm.com, click on the homepage. You'll see a little box there that tells you kind of what the pre-launch list is about. You give us your email address, and all you're saying at that point, obviously we're not, there's no credit. It's not, give us your credit card number or give us this or anything like that. It's just simply a way of saying, I want to be supportive of the documentary. And when you are ready to start getting contributions, I'd like to give you something. Now, and again, depending on your financial situation, if you can't give anything, then don't, and you can support the project in other ways. You can support by, sharing it with others, sharing the link with others. There's a million ways to help, but the faster we can grow that pre-launch list, the faster and the more powerful we become in terms of reaching out to game designers and even, ESPN and saying, look, we've got 1,000 people, 2,000 people who are jazzed about this documentary, and that carries weight. So it's a small thing that you can do that helps us tremendously. Anything else from you guys?
No.
Oh, I know. The podcast. We now have a podcast. In fact, Marco, this interview, the interview portion, we're not doing the head-to-head stuff there because it doesn't really make sense for a podcast. But the interviews from, all the interviews that we've done, we'll post some from the past but certainly all the interviews going forward are available. Box Scores from the Basement is the name of the podcast. And again, it's all about support. So even if you probably won't listen to the podcast because you don't need to, because you watch the live stream every week, please subscribe to the podcast, share the podcast. All that's, the idea, we went back and forth, in my mind anyway. Ron was always like, do a podcast. My thinking was, isn't it sort of redundant, and aren't we losing viewers if we do? And these guys are shaking their head, and they're right, because it's a chance to show what we're doing, or to give content to people who may know, they may not be YouTube people. They don't really know anything about YouTube. They don't like YouTube, but they do listen to podcasts. So we can find, new hobbyists and, people that are just interested in what we're doing, even if they themselves are not actively in the hobby. They just like our energy. They like our personalities. They like the conversations we have. And, today's a good example. Tonight with Marco, yes, we talked about our hobby, but we didn't get so geeky that nobody would understand. We talked about life. We talked about experience. We talked about, Marco's health issues and coping and how we all cope. And that's universal. Yeah. So, if you can, subscribe to the podcast. Any last thoughts, guys? Marco?
No, I was just going to add too, like, a lot of people ask me, like, where have I been? I've been on TikTok. Now, I bring that up for a specific reason, but all these other social media avenues, guys, like, utilize it as best as you can. You would be the reason why I went to TikTok, I only do, like, sports takes on there. I don't do gaming stuff. I should do gaming stuff, because somebody explained to me that their algorithms, I know it's probably Chinese spyware, but their algorithms are so powerful that, like, I went from, I'm not exaggerating, 2 followers to over 1,000 in a couple of weeks. And
wow.
It's quick, because
can we have a conversation about that off air? Because that's something we should do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When I think of TikTok, I think of really young people, but
and it is.
I don't think. I mean, let me start with this. I'm not fucking dancing for anybody.
No,
that's that's not gonna happen.
I'm not gonna be doing
this. Watch our podcast. I'm not doing that.
No,
there's no universe where that's gonna happen. I'm not doing the Sophie Cunningham
you
dance.
Just did it. You just found that universe,
and that's the only time it'll ever happen.
Totally.
But if there's ways to utilize TikTok and still maintain a modicum of dignity, then nope. Just show them your tits.
I don't think that's OnlyFans material.
I have to get my wife to start doing TikTok. Honey, you got to come over here. You got to do TikTok for us.
Twerk it, baby. Twerk it.
No, but seriously, I'll call you tomorrow, or I'll Facebook message you.
Yeah.
Anything we can do to improve.
I had the same reaction as you, Mark, but I got to be honest with you. Like, there's so many platforms and things that and again, I'm young and I didn't understand the power of it until you utilize it, and it's impressive.
All right.
Okay.
Well, hey, everybody, thanks for watching. We had a lot of live views tonight, which was great. Great time. Get second season. It's a great game. I had a really good time. I would definitely 1,000% play that game again. And we'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye, guys.
I just have to find the end stream. Bye-bye.